Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Did you notice last Monday I said Saturday? Obviously, very tired. This weekend was no different, equally crazy. Hi, I'm Terri Hardin, Walt Disney's legendary Imagineer. How are you today? This channel is to hopefully keep you up, energetic, fun, chat. Feel free to comment in the comments. We do a lot of discussion, and today is no different. I watched the Academy Awards. Then what are we going to do next? Disneyland. Woohoo! So if you're someone who's out of state wanting to come in state soon to see Disneyland, I will hopefully give you some stuff to watch. I will work hard tomorrow. I'm going to be there tomorrow to broadcast and help you understand all things Disneyland before you go, hopefully. Now, one of the best things of news I got is Mice Chat's Dusty Sage is going to connect with me because he's going to be there too tomorrow. Woohoo! Not only is he a good friend, but Mice Chat really knows all things Disneyland. And if you listen to him or you go to his website and you know this is true. So this is going to be really fun to connect with him at Disneyland tomorrow. And it's going to be extremely, extremely interesting. It's just, yeah, it's going to be interesting. So the first thing I want to tell you as far as Disneyland's concerned, and we'll get to the Academy Awards. I know if you watched it. Did you watch it? Let me know if you watched it. And what did you feel about the upset at the end? Did you think Chadwick was going to win? I did. So I will talk to you about that. Okay. And then we'll also chat about some of the things that happened during the Academy Awards. Just a couple of things. And then we'll talk about who won and who didn't. I'm sure if you watched it, you heard Soul took the 2 awards they were nominated for. Yay! And it was really, really cute to see. It was really, really cute to see that whole team of animators and producers and everybody just so excited. The guy who did the score, all of them so excited because their love of jazz. So Soul's one of my favorite films that was done. And during the pandemic, it was great to watch it. And I was really, really happy that I got to experience it, as I'm sure many of you were. And so to see it win made me extremely, extremely happy. So yeah. I'll just talk about some of the things I noticed, and you guys please post in the comments if you have something to say, because I'm going to bounce over there in a few minutes and we can chat. We're going to be a little bit shorter today as I continue to shorten things as the pandemic stuff opens up. Fear not, as long as it's here, we're still going to keep them pretty meaty because you guys need it, and so do I, actually. We need it. So, yeah. So Disneyland, please remember, if you're going, if you're from California, because that's what you need to be in order to go April 30th through the end of June so far, okay? I want to put that in the so far. As we progress, you might be able to come in from other states. But we have to be careful, because Disney has to be careful, because there are certain states surrounding us that are having their second wave of lockdown. Washington is, Oregon is challenged. I'm not sure how Nevada is doing. There are parts of Nevada doing well, other parts of Nevada, and so on and so forth. So we as Californians need to remember that we are not the only state in the United States. There are actually 49 others that need to be considered, and we need to be careful and not, erase everything that we've done, backslide, and create chaos again. So that, but it could happen. If the other states get it together, more vaccines, and we get it together, keep going the way we're going, we could actually see more of you guys joining us at Disneyland, and that's exactly my wish for you. If you are going and you've got your tickets, remember that the Mickey and Friends parking lot has no trams running. So if you're someone who has a few physical challenges, please remember they are not running. Also check with Mice Chat, because Mice Chat has worked out again, this is Dusty and his team over there. He worked out with the Anaheim Hotel special parking arrangements, but he warns me that May is going to be a new contract. But as of the 30th, you can go to the Anaheim Hotel, tell them you want the Mice Chat deal, and park at the Anaheim Hotel for $10 for the day. $10. Yep. Isn't that great? Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's cool. It's very cool. But Dusty warns me that May they're going to change. And I don't know what that means, so stay tuned to Mice Chat. But it could mean for the prices, right? So just be aware. And if you can stay at a hotel, treat yourself a little bit and maybe take an Uber or a Lyft or a taxi or whatever, that might be the way to go so that you don't have to struggle to walk the tram route. Now, those of you who can and have no physical challenges and stuff, it could be cool to walk the tram route, because when are you ever going to get to do that again? You know, you can walk, you can stop, you can look, you know. So it's good both ways. It's just that, yeah. So I've decided to have a hotel, okay? And the reason being, because I've got to meet my party at 8 o'clock in the morning. And if I'm going to meet my party at 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm coming from here, usually it takes about 50 minutes to get there. Let's say an hour, because math is easier. That means heading out at 7, except for that would put me there right at 8, so I'd be late. So let's back it up a little further. Let's leave at 6, but then Mickey and Friends isn't open until later. So then what do I do about that? Then I got to get all the way over to Harbor. You see what I'm saying? So I decided that I would give myself a little staycation, just one day, but it's not really a staycation. I'm going to the hotel to work. I have lots to do on these hitchhiking ghosts experiences. So I have prepped a lot of stuff over the weekend, and I'm taking it all up, and I'm going to sit in my hotel room, watch the behind the scenes of Sesame Street on Channel 7 tonight, and maybe have a coffee, wine or whatever, and just work on those stuffers, so that your ghosts can get to you, get sent out by the end of this month, so you can receive them in May. So first week of May, okay? But that is a really tedious job. Let me say tedious job. And so because it's tedious to create and to do, it'll be great to sit in that hotel room with just a little nosh and watch some TV and make it, just like a production line. I'm going to be so happy that it's done. Just oodles of it done. And I'll make the boxes up and everything and work on getting it priority mailed to you. So that is the plan. I'm excited about the plan. The other plan is for Disneyland is to record as much as I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go live. Disney is saying a lot of the stuff that they're doing is contactless, which means a lot of Wi-Fi. Last time I looked, their Wi-Fi was not that great, but maybe it's better. Hopefully it will be. And so I may not be able to, but if I cannot, Dusty and I are going to try and broadcast when we see each other, to broadcast live both on my chat and my channel. But if for any reason we cannot, I will record and then I will post both on YouTube and Facebook just for you all and my patrons, of course. But I want to make sure that you guys can see what's happening, and any news, any little tidbits or words of wisdom I can grab for you, you know I'm going to share them with you, okay? Because I know you're excited and you want to go. But honestly, I'm going to see the people. I'm going to see my friend who has invited me. I can't wait. I haven't seen her in a couple years. And her friend, she's bringing her girlfriend and her companion, and it's going to be me too. And it sounds fun. You know, I really honestly don't need to ride anything. I just want to stand and visit with them and sit and maybe have a little something to eat and visit with them. Just really looking forward to visiting with them and anybody else who happens to be there on Tuesday. That's what's got me all revved up. As you can tell, I'm just like, woo! So just decided to get a hotel room and utilize that time most efficiently that I can. So let's jump to the Academy Awards. Many people today were stating on Twitter and various social media platforms that the show wasn't that great, that it was kind of boring. Well, the speeches did go on far too long, but they always do, don't they, guys? This isn't your first rodeo, is it? They always go long. And some of them were very, very, you were happy they went long. Like Tyler Perry, he could have talked for half the night. His words were so profound. Refuse hate, which I think should be a hashtag. If it's not already, it probably is, because he's so efficient. But the guy, to see what he has done, him and his foundation, it's what I want to do. I just looked at him and I thought, that's what I would like to do. I would like to do that for people as he is doing it for people. And I know if I said to him, I'd really like to do this, he'd say, what's stopping you, Terri? And that's what I loved about it. He's just great. In fact, I want to reach out to him and say to him, Tyler, is there anything that I can help you with, be of service with what I do? Can I help do something for you and your group? Because he just did some phenomenal stuff. And as a result, he got the humanitarian award, and he didn't do it for the humanitarian award, but like one of the best speeches of the evening. The other speech that was really great was supporting actress for Midori. And she was just flippin' adorable. If you haven't seen that, I'm sure if you watch the news, it's going to get pulled, because it was the cutest, most adorable little speech from someone whose English is a second language, bless her heart. She just tried. She was absolutely the cutest little thing on stage. And we really, as viewers, like to hear the stories. We know you have your obligations to thank everyone on your list, or they might get mad at you. We get that, okay? But what is beautiful is when you usurp it with a little story. You put a little story in there and talk about something, like Tyler talked about his mother, and his mother saying, you're the one that's going to make a difference. So Tyler also gave us a call to action, which I fully want to embrace, and that was stand in the middle with me. Because we must be the bridges between 2 points. We cannot be, and refuse hate. And I just thought he said it in such a way that it didn't feel like, I'm going to protect my people. He said the same thing. I'm not saying that protect my people is the wrong thing to say, okay? Don't get me wrong, okay? But he said it in such a way that we all could feel that he was talking to all of us. And this is one of the reasons I think he was awarded the humanitarian award, because here is a man who was saying to you, you got to be more than black or white. You have to be more. You have to be a human being. What does that mean? Stand in the middle with me and refuse hate. And oh my gosh, I got chills. I thought it was so good. He was so good. And I'm not much for his films, but I'm going to watch every film, and I'm going to do whatever I can, because I thought he was just fabulous and very humble and very touched. And a lot of times when a person is getting the humanitarian award, or an organization, which is the Motion Picture Television Fund, that's one of my biggest charities. And as a Screen Actors Guild actor myself, I love them, and they are often below the line, meaning they work down here and you don't always hear about their angel behavior, but they are angels on earth for anyone who's ever been in the entertainment industry. They are godsends. And yesterday being recognized with a humanitarian award just touched my heart too. And I know he got all choked up. He was like, oh my gosh, this is so, what? And that was just wonderful. So yes, the Academy Awards was weird. I'm going to say weird. It was weird, but at least we got to see these beautiful dresses. For the first time in history, we got to see a woman be able to wear that huge, kind of Cinderella ball gown dress and drape it. Did you see when they pulled back the golden dress that was draped, the red dress that was draped, the blue dress? They looked like the princesses, but they had space to where their dress could kind of be beautiful. Maybe they spent money, or maybe a designer said, may I dress you for the event? Because many designers do that. The dresses just looked like they got a little bit of coverage on this one because you social distance, and instead of being crammed inside a theater seat, your dress all, I never understand how these women are able to make that dress work if they're crammed inside a theater seat. But this time they didn't have to do that. And I noticed that. And I just thought that was just beautiful. There were only about 200 people there so that they could kind of, relax and lounge and look like they were having a good time. And they did let the speeches go a little bit long because, why not? I always record it so that if the speech starts to get a little bit too thank you, I just hit fast forward to the thank you with the ultimate names, and I'm looking for the stories. So honestly, it was great to hear people talk about, just tell a little story about how they were feeling, as did in Soul. This is our Disney Academy crossover. In Soul, the best score, let me just make sure because I don't want to say, yeah, it was original score went to Soul. The man who was the musician was almost, I think, in tears because it was so important for him to give jazz a platform, as it was for the creators of Soul, the producers of Soul, the actors in Soul, everyone in Soul came together because they wanted to create something that put jazz on the platform because they felt so passionate about it. And that's why I think the movie does so well, because they made it to have you understand soul in a different way and jazz in a different way, help you understand jazz in a different way, in a way might everyone understand, so that maybe if you liked soul, you would listen to a little bit of jazz. And if not, you're getting exposed to jazz by watching Soul a million times, if that's what you want. But that was their mission. And I was very happy that they won both categories that they were in, animated feature and best original score. So yay, that was cool. Other things this year, there were a lot of movies for me to watch. And I didn't have a strong front runner. There were a couple I really, really liked that were very moving for me. Nomadland, which ended up taking the Best Picture award. I was not disappointed, but I also really loved Midori because it was kind of an uplifting struggle. I know it was about a family that is, migrated, and they're trying to make it work in an area where it doesn't work so well. But what was beautiful about it is they go back to kind of their roots, and it evolves, and something, out of tragedy emerges magic. And it was just that was the one I was really hoping for, because I really, really liked it. But Nomadland was the other one I really liked too, because it's talking about an issue. This is actually, most of the people in Nomadland were not actors. They were actual nomads living in their vans, et cetera, et cetera. This is the thing. So it was cool to experience that. And I thought they did a great job with it. And I think Frances was very moved by it. And I absolutely adored the little director. She director, producer, writer, all of them. I just thought they were really great. So, but I wasn't, like I usually am, where I have a movie that I just go crazy for, and I hope that it wins, or an actor. I was really rooting for Chadwick, and I really thought he had it because I thought the performance was amazing. Now on Patreon, Leo Holzer was saying he was glad it was Anthony Hopkins because he didn't think that Chadwick should be remembered for that role. But if you really look at that role, hard role to do. Hard, difficult. And then if we add on top of it that he was ill, it's just incomprehensible to me. But he was so dedicated to his craft, so dedicated to the work, because like Frances McDermott said yesterday, I just want to work. I just want to do the work. And that's what actors want. They want, I should say we, because I'm an actor too. We would like to do the work. and not necessarily be hit with all the magma, but all the magma is the par for the course, for better or for worse, like wedding vows. Okay. When you get married to the entertainment industry, you've got to take the bitter with the sweet. And that's true with most jobs. There's bitter and there's sweet. You just got to weigh the two. But he wanted to do the work, and the work is what made him alive, and the work is what was healing for him, and the work helped him to live as long as he did. But we miss him and we love him. And I think that last performance was just phenomenal. And I really felt personally he deserved the award. So why did they do Best Actor at the back? Why did they do Best Actress at the back? Movie Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Actor. Because the producers of the Academy, and I could smell this, my husband agrees, they felt Chadwick would win. He was on all the swag bags given to the actors. Yes, there's swag bags given to the actors when they come in. And they wanted to go out on a very strong, intense note, which would have been the speech given by Chadwick's widow. But it didn't happen that way. So it kind of flopped. But understand, this is not Anthony Hopkins' fault. A lot of people are attacking Anthony Hopkins. Yo, stop. The actor does not make the decisions here, okay? He does not say, I think I should win, so you win. Otherwise, they all would win. Anthony had no idea he was going to win. He went and saw his father in Wales because he was so sure he was not going to win, because he too, I believe, felt that Chadwick was going to take it. Bless him for that. Isn't he an amazing guy, Anthony? I mean, if somebody else was going to win, and his performance was very, very good. I just personally think he's done other roles that I like better. But that's me, okay? I'm not all the Academy. And that's why we have Academy voters that vote the way they think. Just because you're the production and you think it's going to go anyway. I mean, it was really like the Dewey Truman thing, wasn't it? Everybody thought it was going to be Dewey. All of the newspapers were printed, and then that stinker Truman won. We're not fortune tellers. We can believe what we believe, but when the rubber hits the road, it's going to be what it's going to be. But that's not Anthony Hopkins' fault. He is so touched and honored. He did a beautiful post today, video post from Wales, saying, at 90, whatever, that he's social distancing. But he didn't expect it. He did not expect to win. He really felt Chadwick was going to win as well as I did. So it's not, don't get angry at Anthony Hopkins because he won. He's a kicking actor. He is amazing. And his performance was phenomenal. No doubt about it. And many thought it was the better of the two. But I think you're comparing apples and oranges, honestly. And when I do it, I like to watch at the individual actors' body of work. Are they getting better and better and better with each film that they're doing? And there's so many elements. It's not, if the actor isn't offered certain things that help them to grow, it becomes challenging. Okay. But in this case, when you're Anthony, I think you can kind of pick what you like. And he picks things that he thinks are going to be juicy and yummy. But Chadwick, this role was, Leo didn't want to remember him for this role. I got to tell you, this role was phenomenal. I watched it 4 or 5 times. It just is so hard to do such a role. I, as an actor, don't know. It would have taken everything I had to do the role that he did if I had ever given the opportunity. And of course I wouldn't, there's so many elements, but what I mean is a role comparable to the many layers that Chadwick had to do. And to know that he was ill while doing it, you have that other factor in it, and he just brought it. Like, he was just saying no to the illness. I am not sick. I am going to do the work. And he did it, and it was phenomenal. And I just felt he should have won. My opinion. I welcome yours. So I have the list here of everyone that won. There was some great stuff in here. I want to say that, like I said, Tyler Perry just blew me away. His Refuse Hate just made me fall in love with him. So I'm going to be checking him at his work and getting a little bit more You know, I thought that it was really a magical moment when Reese Witherspoon said that she was blown away from animation with The Secret of Nim. Secret of Nim is a group of animators I knew for a long, long time, including my longtime friend Philo Barnhart, who is one of the designers of The Little Mermaid for Disney. And that was one of the films that he worked on. And so it was a Philo Barnhart moment for me. I was like, Philo, Reese Witherspoon loved your movie about a badass mom. You know, so if you haven't seen that movie, it's worth seeing because it's beautiful. And I thought that was really a cute little thing, and I jotted it. I jotted it down. So yeah. So I have the list here. Thank you, Leo, for giving me that list to be able to check it off because it was a lot better. Let's see what you're up to, and we'll get to it. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit shorter today because Disneyland's on the horizon, and I got to get myself ready to go. But I will bring to you what I can. Good morning, Terry and friends. Hello, Angie. Love starting this week with y'all, and so do I. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Bright sun. Hello, Tracy. So happy Soul won awards. Still wished it was nominated for Best Picture. Structure of what happened this year, especially the final award, was polarizing, which I know is an understatement. Yes. Well, we kind of knew that a lot of films were, people were going to vote a little differently this year. I suspected that. That's sort of the best way that I can say. But there was a lot of films that were kind of in that it was very interesting that the challenges we had during the pandemic, and then these films kind of fit that bill, didn't they? And they do film so much earlier, so it was just kind of interesting how it all sort of shaped, and I found that to be rather fascinating. So I agree with you, Adam. It was something. It was just, it was something. I think it would have been great. It's very hard for an animated film to get nominated for Best Picture, but it doesn't mean it won't. I mean, last year's movie, a foreign film. It's very rare for a foreign film to get Best Picture, but last year it did, and it was really good. So yeah. Good morning, Michael. Las Vegas is opening up 80% on May 1st, and only 3 feet social distancing. Angie, like I said, we have to be careful. All around us, people are having the outbreaks again and locking down. So we just got to hang in there and hope that we all be safe. We all be safe. That's what I want. Also, the lack of clips for the awards really didn't help. Adam, I agree. And I kind of felt like they could have had a singer. Even if they had the singer sing the song in a booth, like a sound booth, because that's the way they record it, so I kind of felt a little bit, I miss the songs because I like when the songs are sang, and the movie, that was a little awkward. But today they said when everything opens up again, they're probably going to go back to the original formula. So this was just pandemic formula, and they did the best they could. And thank goodness it wasn't Zoom, right? So I want to give them the kudos on that. I think they did a good job considering what they had to work with. But I missed that. Yeah. I also thought the In Memoriam was not good. I thought the woman who was presenting way overacted. I thought she was doing Shakespeare, or that she thought she was doing Shakespeare. So many people we have lost this year. It was just way too drawn out. I could not get past Laura Dern's dress. Now you're going to think this is like totally weird, but she absolutely looked like the feather duster from Beauty and the Beast. Tell me I'm wrong. I mean, she could love that movie. I'm not saying, but all she was missing was the hat and the apron. She looked like the feather duster from Beauty and the Beast. I'm not kidding. And I could not get past that. And I love her as an actress. She's so gritty. But that dress, and my husband will tell you, I yell at them for poor dress choices. This year, I thought they made some fabulous dress choices. And Laura looked good in it, but I could not help but think she looked like the feather duster from Beauty and the Beast. Is it me? Do I have Disney on the brain? I don't know, but that's what it looked like to me. I'm just saying. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Shelby. And Donna says, I will be there Friday. Hope to see you and Dusty at the park. You won't see, yeah, I hope you'll see us on video because we're going tomorrow. And each day is, you know, and also you've heard that if you have Park Hopper, that you cannot this is the cast members are bringing us in as their guests, which is so amazingly generous. But some cast members are starting in California Adventure Park and some cast members are starting in Disney. And then we, woohoo! Like Sparkly Lights or Tinkerbell, we park hop. So it's going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be so interesting. It's experience I have, you know. I want to go on some of the rides, especially Jungle Cruise, because I want to see what they do in order to make it safe. I mean, aren't you curious? I'm really curious. That's what makes me really curious. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because I'm going to be with people that want to do things like that. So just remember, parking, you know, plan accordingly. Don't have in the back of your head that there's trams running because they aren't running. Kind of weird though, I guess, because I don't know why actually, because they are open air. So, but maybe it just would take too long to have people, you know, kind of set the way you have to sit people for social. So Disney said, you know, no, just get yourself to the park. We're doing the best we can. So that's great. But I am looking forward to hearing what you discovered, Donna. Please share with us because I want to see. Have you worked with Tyler Perry? No, he's one I haven't. And honestly, I have to tell you, Angie, like I said, Tyler Perry movies leave me a little short. They're not ones I flocked to the theater seeing. But the man impressed me last night. It was so heartfelt. It was so straightforward. It was so clear, and it was said so well. I felt related to him, honestly, because he sounded a lot like my dad. And the same verbiage and the same attitude and the same, you know, he might as well have said, be the best you can be in order to help bridge the gap so that we're not, you know, just he was amazing last night. He was amazing. While I'm not the biggest Tyler Perry fan, his speech and his service to the community should be commended. And it was. Humanitarian award is not a simple thing to achieve. Also, the Minari win was so great, like talking to an aunt or grandmother. She was just so humbled. She was adorable, wasn't she? And she also spoke the truth. Didn't she, Adam? She spoke the truth. Perhaps I am luckier than the rest of you. This time. I guess I'm luckier than you. I just thought that was so cute. She was absolutely adorable and everything from the heart. She took her time. I did not want her to go any faster. You know, when somebody tells a story, you don't mind them being up there. You start to feel that the speech goes long when the person is up there and they're kind of, and I want to thank, and I want to thank, and also I want to thank, and I want to thank. That's painful. I'm sorry. That's painful. Always tell a story, a little story about, you know, the, I can't, let me see, who was it? The editor who won best editing. And I'm pretty sure it was for Sound of Metal. Yes. Sound of Metal, which is a great film, by the way, guys. If you haven't seen it, it's phenomenal. Everybody in it is great. And yeah, really an amazing movie. But he was the editor for Sound of Metal, and he was just really cute. I have been practicing this for a long time. Long time. So that kind of thing is cute when somebody, it's just cute. It's just, I didn't expect it, but I've been practicing. Is super cute. And that's what we like. We like the stories, don't we? Yes, we do. Yes, absolutely, says Catherine. Leo says, it was great, but I'm not watching his films. Which films? And it's films. You'll fix that, won't you, for me, huh? Thanks, Leo. And no one tripped on those dresses. Well, actually, Adam, they did. You got to watch them exiting. They were exiting the Academy Award, and almost every woman tripped. Yeah, that's the problem with, if you're going to design a dress for an actor or actress on the red carpet, I always say it would be good to, in the front, be a little bit higher than the back so that they don't have to, if they're carrying the Oscar, which is almost 8 full pounds, that they don't have to also hold their dress, that you just make a little arc so their feet can walk, but it's amazing how many. And then if it's a full dress, then even with that ability, they could still trip because the dress hangs out over the steps they've got to go down. So, yeah, it's easier to dress men. Let's just say it like it was. However, the Chloe, she was adorable because she wore this gorgeous knit sparkly outfit and white tennis shoes, and I thought she looked wonderful. And her braids, she just looked so cute. She just looked so cute. And the dress was, she could see she was in comfy shoes, but she looked adorable. In my opinion, I just thought she looked really cute. Yeah, they did. Glad Tyler Perry even mentioned the police in his speech. Yes, because Leo, there was one speech that was just way too angry at police. And come on, guys, it's not all the police. I know that there is fear. Believe me, the black half of my family was feared for me. I did a show in Alabama and they were terrified because I'm mixed, okay? I get it. But not all police are bad, all right? So please don't general. If you don't want people to think all black people are bad, all Asians are bad, all white people are bad, are you feeling me? This is what Tyler was saying. Stand in the middle. Be the link between everybody. Be human. Because you don't generalize like that. Do not do it. That's danger, danger, danger. So don't do it. It's a bad road to go down. Put that caution tape up and stop going down it. Because that speech yesterday that was so angry, I had to fast forward through it. It was making my stomach hurt. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to incite more violence and fuel anger. You may be angry at some of the things that have happened, and I'm not happy about it either, believe me. But I also understand there are police and cops that are not good, and there are those that are extremely good. So let's, you've heard it, a bad apple can spoil the bunch. So let's get those bad apples out. And we've started. The blue wall is coming down, which was something that was almost impossible. When I was a kid, everybody stood by each other behind the blue wall in the police department. Okay? So now they're saying if they see something, they're saying something. And that's a big deal. But that speech yesterday that was really, it was just, I was like, I can't listen to this. This is not what he means to say. I know what he wants to say. It's not coming out right. Time out, stop, is what my feeling was. Bravo, Mr. Perry. I have a newfound respect for him and his humanitarian works. His speech was phenomenal and inclusive. It was great. Refuse hate. What else? What else does a person need to say? Refuse hate. I thought that was just brilliant. It was brilliant. And stand in the middle with me. I'm there, man. I'm there. I'm going to try and reach out to him and ask him, what can I do to make his cause go further? How can I be of service? Seriously, I was just really impressed with him. And I'm not a fan of his movies, but you cannot You cannot dispute the openness of this man. He was just amazing, and so heartfelt and so real. I was blown away, actually. Yeah, I was. I thought he was amazing. While I understand the objectiveness behind Best Actor and who won, this definitely was a blow, regardless of how you feel, because it was the final award of the show, which unfortunately it hurt the show's legacy. Yeah, and this, Adam, was because everyone thought Chad was going to win. So when he didn't, they really thought it was going to be this beautiful ending because Chad wins Best Actress. Sorry, Chad. Best Actor, and then his widow comes up and she does this amazing speech, which I heard was amazing. I heard it was just phenomenally moving. I would have loved to have heard it. And then when it didn't happen, balloon, and that's the way the cookie crumbles and the show rolls. I'm sorry, Anthony, because, why be disappointed that Anthony won? He's so great. It's kind of like, but that's not fair, because Anthony did a great performance. It's a very challenging performance to watch. It's painful because it's so real, but it's still, it's good. It's very good. It's not like he phoned in his work. So, congratulations. Congratulations, Anthony. You brung it again, as you always do. And I'm the first to tell you, I was hoping for Chadwick, but I am not disappointed that it was you, because I think you're amazing. I just think you're amazing. And the Academy, the one thing I love about the Academy members is that they don't let the outside influence their decision. If they believe a thing needs to swing the way it needs to swing, the Academy buckles down and makes it happen the way they feel is the best. And this is one of the examples. They don't get influence from the outside. I've seen it time and time and time again. Upsets. One of the things that comes to mind so strongly that was a joy for me was Goodbye Girl with Richard Dreyfuss, and he won for Best Actor. He was not the favorite, and I thought he was the best that year. I just thought his performance in it was just phenomenal, and the Academy did too, and he won, and I lost my mind. I was bouncing all over. I was so happy because everyone didn't think, it was good, but we don't think he's going to do it, and he did. He didn't do it. The Academy did. The Academy said, we agree. He was phenomenal. So they really take their voting seriously. They have to watch a lot of films, and it's very challenging for them. Many of them will wait till the cream rises to the top and watch the cream rises to the top. But if they feel like they've got to dig deeper, they will, and they do. Okay, so this is one of the reasons the Academy Award means so much to me, because outside influences don't necessarily influence the Academy. No, that's what impresses me. I used to vote at the Academy because I had a friend of mine who was in the Academy, but he wasn't really that interested in voting in the beginning. And so he saw how passionate I was. So I would get his ballot and I would vote. I would discuss it with him too. I would say, have you seen this? This is why, and this is how, and he would just get a kick out of me being all passionate about it. So then later he said, do you mind if I take it back and vote? And I was like, it's your vote. I'd love for you to vote on your vote. And he did. And he took it a lot more seriously because he could see someone like me. Should I be Academy member? It's like me with the Screen Actors Guild. I take it extremely seriously. I see almost every movie. And I hope to see every movie, but sometimes I don't get to see every movie because they either don't send it to me or they don't give me a code. And then I'm like, like I saw the feature animation. I saw them all but Wolfwalkers. And I was like, I want to see Wolfwalkers, but it was Apple TV and I don't have Apple TV. So I was rats that I would have liked to have seen it. Even though I felt like Soul was going to take it, it would be nice to see them all so that you can, in your mind, Yeah, so that's kind of my thing is, when you love movies, it's the way you are. I agree with that, but would have been sad. It would have been sad. It would have been sad, but it would have been deep. It would have been deep. His widow is really something. She is an impressive lady. And why wouldn't she be? So I would have liked to have seen, you just would have liked to have seen that ending, wouldn't you? I would have. I know it would have been sad. Let's see, Adam. And again, Hopkins 100% earned his award and did everyone who got nominated that year. Well, nomination is the win. I know a lot of people go, no, it's not. If I don't get that gold statue, it's not. But 5 people out of all of these actors that are brilliant, you know what I'm saying? Wow. I mean, that's what the woman, the supporting actress of Midori said. We won. We got the nominated. How am I in the same as Glenn Close, she said. How am I in the same category, she said, as Glenn Close, she said. Wow, she said. And I agree, not that she shouldn't be in the same category. But here you are, and you're with 4 other phenomenal women, 4 other phenomenal men or directors, or out of everybody. That has got to feel weird. So I agree. That's an accomplishment in itself. Don't look at that certificate as nothing. That's a big deal. And then if you get the gold, yay. A group thought that you're the one that should have walked away with it. And good for you, But, you can't please everybody. So like you said, Adam, it's amazing. This year, amongst all years, personally should have went to Chadwick for the impact. But again, it's going to be what it's going to be. Yes, because it's a decision, isn't it? It's not like a race. It's not like the 100-yard dash. You break the ribbon, you break that ribbon at the finish line, you won. Enough said. It's opinions and thoughts and impressions and feelings. And what I will say is that if we look on our list here, if we look at our list and we say these actors, every single one in here is amazing. And if you have not seen the best actors, Sound of Metal, Ma Rainey's, The Father, Mank, and Minari, you are doing yourself a disservice. And the same thing with actress in a leading role also, which is Viola Davis, Andrea Day. So you're looking at United States versus Billie Holiday, which was phenomenal. And it was her first role, guys. Really do her a service and go see that movie. Pull it up. It's on, I think, Netflix or something. It's amazing. She's amazing. And she talked about, because as actors, we get to hear them speak about their roles. Usually we're sitting in the same room with them, but because of the pandemic, most of that was on Zoom. And we didn't get to ask questions like we usually do, but it was still amazing. And she kept saying how terrified she was. And all the other actresses who were nominated said, it never goes away. You're always terrified. And one of them said, and that's a good thing. Don't ever forget that's good. If you've got that, you care. And when you care, you do a good job. So Pieces of a Woman, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Billie Holiday, the United States versus Billie Holiday, and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. You got to see these movies. And you will see what a challenging job it is to be an Academy member and vote. Sometimes you get lucky and they rise to the top. Sometimes it's not so clear. So I agree with you. It was good. It was different. I can't watch The Father. Way too close to home. Exactly, Melissa. And I rest my case. Because my husband said the same thing. Okay? Too close to home. I rest my case. There you are. That's why he won. I think people found it so real, they couldn't. I know my husband had a real hard time watching it. He did, but it was hard. So Yeah. Yeah. Chadwick would say he deserved it. I'm going to tell you right now. Chadwick up in heaven is saying, go, dude. Okay. So just so you know, Chadwick deserves the Oscar for 42 and Black Panther. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Black Panther, tough. Okay. The Academy Award is not real good with fantasy, science fiction, and superhero films. They're okay with effects. You'll notice they're nominated for like visual effects, and they're nominated for sometimes costumes, sometimes makeup, but a lot of time the best picture and best actors, nah. It's just something that the Academy doesn't really delve into. Doesn't mean they won't, but they've only stuck a little tiny toe in the water so far. So they don't always stick their toe in the water and kick around, because it's just, no, it's not their deal. Not their deal. And we won't say why, we won't say how, we just say it's not their deal. So that's why, but 42 was excellent. Let's just back off of the Black Panther, which I thought he did a great job by, but 42 was phenomenal. Yeah, it was great. However, I'm trying to remember what was up during that time, and my brain isn't that good. I'm not that good. But honestly, yeah, that was a good movie. I loved it. I love that movie. Yeah, I did. So Leo, I'm with you on that. He did a great job. But unfortunately, what was he up against? It's a matter of what's he with, what's with him, what's it, I remember there was a role that I absolutely thought was just so good, but I knew that there was, I think it was the time of Heath Ledger as the Joker. Heath Ledger as the Joker, and there were 4 other men, and there was one performance in there I can remember. They were all great, but there was one, I can't remember who, that I thought would have, if it hadn't been up against Heath, that it would have been amazing. He would have won. But that kind of happens. You get someone who really does a breakout performances, and then they're in the same year, and you're like, crap, you got to pick one. You can imagine being the actors trying to figure out that you got to pick one. How do you do that? It's not easy. I'm telling you, it's not easy. Eric. Just thought it was time to make a spot of tea. Okay. So, yeah. So, he deserved it for Marshall. Yeah, he really did an amazing body of work, didn't he? Yeah, it would be nice. Wouldn't it be nice to have a Chadwick Boseman collection? I've been fighting for that for Margaret O'Brien. I think I mentioned that before, that I would love to have a Margaret O'Brien collection. So maybe they should do that with Chadwick. It could sure be great to have that in a collection, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think so. I think it would be wonderful. In this instance, the award would have been encompassing, thank you, forgive my reading, his body of work, because it would have been an award posthumously. Exactly. No, yes, you're absolutely right. And thank goodness, he was recognized on several levels. People were he was talked about because he was so compelling just across the board. His performances, he always brought it. Okay. He always brought his energy and his excitement. One of the things I love about Chadwick is whenever the camera captures him, he feels alive. There are some times when someone will capture a still on camera and it's kind of bland and lifeless, and he just is always I don't know what it is, but the energy of him, no matter what kind of a picture he takes, is alive. And I'm super impressed by that. I mean, I just think that's a gift right there. That's a gift, that every photo you take is amazing. I just think it's a gift. Wendy Cooper. Hey, good to see you, Wendy. So happy Secret of Nem was mentioned. Well, and by Reese. Oh, come on. Reese Witherspoon. I had no idea. Those were the kind of things that I enjoyed, was people talking about films that influenced them. Who was it that kind of told the story that wasn't that great? Like the first film I saw, my mom says I was 3. No. We want to know what inspired you. So that one I thought was kind of a fall flat story. No offense, dude. You grabbed what you could. But that's, hearing people, and I loved hearing what directors said in 10 seconds or less, or, to kids about directors, about being a director. I thought that was an amazing segment, because some of the things that came out of their mouth were pretty wild, weren't they? Oh, I thought that was just fantastic. So I thought there were some things that I would like to see, what was your first, a lot of times with actors, they're asked, how'd you get your SAG card, Screen Actors Guild card? Because it takes a lot. Okay. It's not, you just don't pay your money and join. You have to qualify. And it's getting harder and harder to qualify. So it's really great to hear what actors are doing, how they got their SAG card. It was cool. The other thing that didn't really bode well is how many people in this room acted in a short film before they acted in other films, and 3 hands went up. That kind of went, some of these things ought to be tested before you, but it was live, and live happens, right? We got to give everybody a grain of salt. They were putting masks on and masks off. We didn't see that a lot, but we know it was happening. They were told they had to do that, and doing the best to have a really good time and look like they were comfortable and happy, and but unfortunately making it like a movie made it feel like, in some cases, many were acting, and that didn't work. We like to hear the genuine feelings you feel when you step up and you get an award, when you are so touched or so flustered or so surprised, as the supporting actress for Minari was. That's what we live for. Sally, you like me. You remember Sally Field? You love me. You really love me. You like me. You really like me. Just so compelling. Or the woman who played Nurse Ratched, do you remember her speech where she signed to her deaf parents? Brilliant. So, oh, I can't remember the actor, but he jumps down and does one arm push-up. You remember that? Or Michael Jackson doing a dance and later getting a letter from Fred Astaire going, dude, you rock. This is why I watch the Academy Awards, because you get to see the cool stuff. And we got some cool stuff last night with the Tyler Perry speech and the Minari acceptance. And just. Good stuff. There was some good stuff. There was some not so good stuff, but there was some good stuff, wasn't there? Yes, good stuff. Good. Yep. Grain of salt, gang. Grain of salt. This is a different time of the year, isn't it? And we've got to make sure that we support and send love. They worked very hard. And I loved seeing people from Sydney, Australia waiting, and London in the theater seats watching, and places all over the world. That was fun. That was really fun. So I thought that was cool, and they were up at 2 a.m, understand it was 2 a.m. for a lot of those people. So it was awesome. I liked it. I liked that. So I pulled out what I like, and there were things I didn't, but nice effort. Okay. Whew, they worked hard. Wow, picking a train station. Oh gosh, but that train station is beautiful. If you haven't seen that station, it's gorgeous. But and the reason they did it is because it's used for so many films as a location to shoot, and why not? It's gorgeous. But it's guys, it's impressive. They really did I want to commend them, because they did the best. There are some things I would have liked to have seen, like singers. I think they could have put the singers in a booth and let them sing if you're worried about the because of the pandemic singing. But put them in a booth and let them do that, that thing that they do while they're singing. We would love that. We've seen it. We've heard it. We've watched them record. Would have been cool, So I don't know. That was my suggestion. And Nim is my friend Philo Barnhart, my dear friend Philo Barnhart, who designed our Little Mermaid, just a very talented soul. And Don Bluth and that team of his animators, phenomenal. So it was great to hear that. And from Reese, who I'm a big fan of hers, I thought that was very touching. And the way she said why she liked it. Badass mom. Yeah, just lovely. Whoop, whoop. Yes, Richard, I'm with you. By the way, how did you feel about Rita Moreno coming on stage presenting Best Picture and then playing the Electric Company? I know, right? Well, who doesn't love Rita Moreno? And honestly, they showed the preview to Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, and I'm on the fence. I'm really excited to see Rita. I love Rita. And West Side Story is one of my favorite films. But I don't know. I get nervous when people remake stuff. Okay, so I get scared. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm scared. It looks like it could be good. I hope. Please. Because once I see it, I can't unsee it if it's bad, Mulan. At least the girl did everything she could and made it worth watching but that's very Mulan. So, but yeah, I got nervous when I saw it. My husband wouldn't even watch. He's not sure. So we're gonna not do to Stephen what many people did to me with Country Bears and the team of Country Bears. Judged it before it ever got on the screen. So we're gonna sit here and say we're gonna reserve our judgment till we see it, because that's the way you should do it. So there you go. It's hard to watch the last scene with Chadwick. Powerful, yes, but just my personal preference. Of course it is. If it was easy, it wouldn't be his character, Leo. That's why Anthony Hopkins' performance was a challenge, because we've gone through that with many of our parents. And so, yeah, it's hard. There were a lot of movies this year that were hard to watch. Oh, Lord have mercy. You just were so grateful to fall into a Farmageddon or Soul, because it was uplifting and happy and joyful. Because so many were painful. So I'm with you on that, Leo. Absolutely. Kumari, hey, good morning, cousin. Hi, cousin. Enjoy your live. Have a fantastic week. It's good to have you here, Kumari. It's great. This is my cousin, Queenie. She just popped in to say howdy, and I'm saying howdy back. Oh, it's great to hear from you. Thank you. I'm with you on Tyler Perry. He is so genuine. That is the word. There you go. Ding, 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 ding. Genuine. I mean, genuine. Wow. Just wow. Very impressive. Very impressive. I want to know him. I want to know that man. I really do. He said a lot, and he said it so well. And he said it with such heart. Wow. That's yeah. He got me. All the musical numbers were in the pre-show. Yeah, I don't do the pre-show. Oh, I have trouble with pre-shows. Ugh. They're painful. And, so I don't watch the pre-shows. I'm sorry. Strictly Academy Awards. The songs were performed during the red carpet and pre-recorded clips during the pre-Oscar show. Exactly, Wendy. Don't do that. No, I'm not saying don't do that. I don't do that. I don't. I like the award stuff. The chatter in the front. I do like seeing the dresses ahead of time, because a lot of times when they're going into the Kodak or going into the Dolby, they can't, the Kodak Dolby, you can't see them because they're crammed in those little theater chairs. But this time, I think one of the things I loved best about the Academy Awards this year was seeing these beautiful gowns when they showed the audience, this just draped, red and gold and blue and silver, and wowzer, it was yummy, 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 yummy. So I like that. I know it's going to disappear, but I would have loved, I just love the fact that these women could, there's a lot that goes into to getting ready for the Academy Awards. And it was great to be able to see them in all their grandeur sitting and watching the show. I really, really enjoyed it. Keep my tea warm. You are right. Thank you, darling. Holly Mack says, I love Laura Dern, and you're not wrong. I know, right? It's I had to show my husband the feather duster dress. And I said, how does it feel to get an Academy Award from the little French feather duster from Beauty and the Beast? I know if Laura was listening, she would not, maybe she'd be okay with it, but I could not get that out of my mind. I could not. It just looked so much like that. And you guys like Beauty and the Beast. I know you saw it if you're a Beauty and the Beast fan. How could you not see that, So she rocked that feather duster. Yeah, Janice. I mean, but you got to admit, there it was. Glad Daniel won, but thought it was a leading performance. Well, yeah, but I'll bet you Daniel was glad it was a supportive role because he won. Sometimes the category makes the difference. And that was a tough category this year because I absolutely, let me just look. I absolutely loved Paul, is it Raci, R-A-C-I, from Sound of Metal. I love Sound of Metal, okay, because it just had a lot of emotion and the sound was beautiful because it had to be all based on sound, which is why they won for best sound, because it was amazing. It was amazing. And that film is great. That film is really, really great. And this actor who is a supporting actor, again, it's all about timing. It's who you're up with and you're running with. But that was a strong, strong performance. I absolutely loved it. I just loved it because you couldn't, you had to learn how to sign. If you didn't know how to sign, you had to sign. You were working with deaf people. And it was just, you got to see that movie. It's incredible. If you haven't seen it, it's incredible. And I'm glad Daniel won too. His body of work has been growing too, hasn't it? Better. You get excited to see what he's going to do next. And that's what I'm talking about. Yep. Don't mean to burst your bubble, but I am not sure if Jungle Cruise is open. Trying to find the list of rides that are open and closed. Janet's, no problem. I'll bet you there might be a boat around. I just want to see what they're doing. I want to see what they're up to. How are they making it safe? This is the question I must know. How are they making everything safe? How are they doing it? This is the thing that I'm curious about most of all. So I don't need to ride it. I just want to see how are they making it. My husband said today that they're probably going to get rid of Trader Sam. I hope not the bar, but the character. That's rough, but I understand. I get it. I get it, guys. If it offends, if it really upsets people. But please don't get rid of the bar. I love that bar. Jungle Cruise will not be open yet. You will have to wait to check it out. Oh my goodness. No, I won't. I'll still check it out. I'm telling you, I must see what there is to see. But thank you, Tracy. Thank you very much. Adam says, I do agree about the memoriam thing, but even my mom said the lady was being dramatic. Also, the music trivial thing was off the rails. You oughta. That music thing was nuts. Okay. And who Who in this group doesn't think that Glenn Close was given a script? You know, I mean, come on. I don't even know what they were doing that. Just like Frances said, it should have been karaoke. I'm with her. She said there's lots of beautiful singing voices in that room, and she thought they should sing karaoke. Karaoke might have been a challenge because they don't want you to be doing that with the pandemic singing. But I agreed with Frances. I thought karaoke could be super cool. You should watch for colored girls. A Tyler Perry is amazing. I think I've seen that. That's the one I've seen, and I actually did like that one very much. Thank you for reminding me, Angie, because I did like that one. That one, in fact, I'm going to revisit it now that I've heard Tyler. I'll check it out again because I've seen it's been a long time since I've seen it. But I liked it when I did. I do remember I did like that one, and I forgot he did that one. So thank you for that, Angie. Also, let me talk. Well, actually, let's just keep going through you guys. I'll talk as I go. Hello, Tina. Like your character T. Is it available? I bought it in Hong Kong in 2007. So no, it's not available. But isn't it cute? It should be. It should be. Look, it's got every character that I love on it. It's so cute. Bought it in Hong Kong. And I was saying that I had to buy the biggest size, and the biggest size is like large. If you're bigger than a large, or, you know, and you see it's not tight on me, but it's definitely not loose. But they run small. The sizes run small. And I'm hoping that when you go to Shanghai and Tokyo, that the sizes are bigger because they know people visiting might not necessarily fit in that thin size. So, but thank you for that. Yeah, I love it. I think it's so cute. It's got lots of energy, like me. So thank you for saying that, Tina. I wish it was available. Leo, I think Jungle Cruise will remain closed. Check the list. Believe me. I'm going to go look and see if there's a boat out so I can see what they're doing to the boat. That's all I really need to do. I'm a different cat. I really love walking around and meeting and seeing the people. And lately, the people are going to be the best attraction. Why? Because I haven't seen you all year. So you're my favorite attraction, and you're all going to be there. Well, I mean, anyone who's going to Disneyland and is a cast member. And I want to welcome cast members back. And I want to, I want to hear how happy they are. I mean, when I did Touch of Disney, that was one of the most fun, was to ask cast members, how long you been back? How you feeling? And they were like, yeah, baby. Doing the happy dance together. Honestly, what's not to love? So I am super stoked. Yes, very, very happy. Stevie Wonder's song was great, though. Yes. Well, what of Stevie Wonder's isn't great? I'm just saying, Adam. I'm just saying. Hi, Tamara. Hi from Universal Studios. How are you liking it? Is it fun? Is it fabulous? I think it would be. Is Harry Potter open? Regina tripped at the very start. Yes. Oh, we're talking about tripping in dresses. Yes. Yes, she did. And that was a beautiful dress Regina was in, by the way. There was a woman, was it the one who was overacting that had the big sleeves, and all I could think of as doorways would be impossible for her to get through? These are the things that come to mind. I can't help it. Maybe she slipped. In any case, no, I think she tripped over her dress. Yeah. It's one of the problems because of these stairs. I always wondered why. I'm not going to say it because the Academy knows. They know. They know what they're up to. They know. But yeah, a lot of people did. They were like, whoa. Adam, I guess Adam, why would you notice the dress things? What did you think about how a lot of the guys were dressed? Guys look really swanky. A lot of times I'm not, that was the other thing that was so cute about supporting actress. Let's give her a name. Yu Jung, which she said everybody says her name wrong, so I probably am too. But from Minari, who said finally she got to meet Brad Pitt, and she wished he could stand closer. Just absolutely adorable woman, just the cutest little thing. And so you want to hear from the heart. You're going to get an Academy Award sometime, or we're going to talk from the heart, because that makes people, they love hearing from the heart. I also liked, I can't remember who it was, the person who thanked their agent. You got to do that. Agents work so hard. My agent is a rock star. They are amazing, little boutique, but they love me and they take good care of me, and they support me when I'm down, and they encourage me, and they're so great. Nancy Chaidez agency, and they are wonderful. And I just liked that, you thank your agent, the person who's like the one who's really working hard to get you in for that audition. Yeah. So I like that. I think a lot of actors should thank their agents and their managers and stuff, because it's not an easy job. Tyler Perry loved his speech, Leo says, but won't watch his movies. Now, I know I watch plenty of things made at his studio complex. Some Marvel films have been shot there. Well, there you go. There you go. His films have not, with the exception of the one Angie suggested for Colored Girls. I had watched a couple others, and they just didn't resonate. But that doesn't, Borat doesn't resonate. Okay. I just pray Sasha's done, because they're so frightening to watch. He really loves to poke the snake. And I'm just afraid one day it's going to turn and bite him, and it's going to be a real disaster. So Sasha, if you're listening, please don't do any more of those. Though we can watch the other two. They're terrifying to me as I watch them. The first one wasn't nearly as terrifying as the second one, but the second one really scared me. And when I saw the behind the scenes and the producers and you and everybody talked about it, I got more scared. So I don't want to fear for your life or the young lady who was your co-star's life. I just don't. I watched that movie because it was part of the criteria for SAG. But it really frightened me when I started to understand what it took to make such a film. I just hope you've got that out of your system, and that you go ahead and do acting like you did in The Trial of Chicago 7. I thought you were brilliant. And I also loved you in Sweeney Todd. So I just think you've done it. And I'd really love you to put that in a glove box and forget about it. I'd really love it if you would. Because I can't watch another one like that. I was so frightened for you. I was afraid you were going to get locked in a cell and never to be seeing light of day again. I was worried you could have been shot or hurt, and her too. I was terrified. Please don't do another one. I hope that's not your passion, because it's so, no, please don't. I don't want to hear bad news. Last award should always be the best picture. Well, and like I said, Leo, they probably would have done that, except they were so sure they were going to end on a very monumental note, which was the speech from Chad's widow. So when that didn't happen, it's like you put all your chips in, you're sure it's going to be red, and you're sure it's going to be, I was going to say something that I probably shouldn't say, because it's not going to come out right. So let me check that. But you put all your chips in, and you think it's going to come up with one number, and it comes up with another number. Let me say it like that. That's a better way of saying it. I love seeing all the fashion every year, but I also love how Frances McDormand always looks like she just rolled up. She is just herself. That is such a nice way of saying that, Holly. But when you looked at Frances and you thought to yourself, she really is embodying the nomad. I don't know if she'll choose to be a nomad, but she just was so perfect for that role, because she does tend to, and then we saw her in Fargo, where she was absolutely whoa, and this one is very different. So again, I thought it was an amazing job, and it was compelling, and they showed the right scene for that. In Farmageddon, they actually showed one of my favorite scenes. So I was glad my husband didn't see it, because I want him to, the way that builds up. It's such a cute scene, but they showed the best one from Farmageddon, in my opinion, one of the best ones. So I didn't want my husband to see it, because that is just so cute and funny. And I'm not going to mention it here. And don't you mention it either, because he could be watching. Earworm activated. David Gates, The Goodbye Girl. Awesome song. Yeah. Well, The Goodbye Girl, like you said, Tracy, I mean, that was a dark horse victory. And I don't mean that in a derogatory. I was praying. I had candles lit. I thought Richard Dreyfuss in that movie was beyond amazing. So I was, doing everything I could to bring the award to him, because I just thought he deserved it. And when he got it, I about cried. I mean, I was hysterical. So those victories happen because the Academy does what the Academy does. So that's why we love the Academy, because that's what they do. The one other notable time the Academy really broke the Best Picture tradition was for Charlie Chaplin won honorary award before he died. Outside of occasions like that, Best Picture really should be the final award. I agree. And it'll go back to that. Today, they were all saying on various news channels, it just was for this time. And I really think it was because they thought Chadwick was going to win. I mean, they were just as surprised. Wolfwalkers is really good, done by the studio that gave us The Secret of the Kills. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I don't have Apple TV. Now, I was told by a really good friend that if you bought an Apple product, which I just did, I just invested in a new iPad, I could probably call and see if they'll give me a year for free, because I bought an Apple product. So I will ask. Because I want to see Wolfwalkers. That's the main reason I want to see it. And to watch Ted Lasso again until I fall over, because I love that. That's TV. So Screen Actors Guild, love that. Leo says, lost my mom to Alzheimer's. So yes, Alzheimer's. So yes, The Father was a hard film to get through. Absolutely. And there you go. If it was hard to get through, he was doing his job, wasn't he? Yes, he was. Holly says, was it? Yeah, Jack Palance. You remember that? Was that like the wildest thing you saw? I'll never forget that. He did that. Right. See, I watched them all. Including that horrible Academy Award where Snow White was a tart. You remember that? She wore this mini skirt. Disney actually threatened a lawsuit because they had somebody dressed as Snow White and she was singing some song that was not inappropriate for Snow White to sing. Yeah, that was not a good visual. My Octopus Tears, great documentary. Glad it won. My husband is so funny because I watched this when I was in quarantine from my husband in my office. I fired it up. I love documentaries. And so many people had said, you got to check this out. And I just thought it was beautiful. But for some reason, my husband didn't want to watch it. And I was like, why don't you want to watch that? Because he loves octopus. He loves them. He loves them. I think what was really cute also was the commercial that followed of the little boy and how he got into octopus. And look, Daddy, there's an octopus. And he played with the little, what is it? What do they call that? An emoji or whatever. And it's jumping. And Dad, there's an octopus on your face. Avatar, whatever. Dad, there's not. If you did not see that commercial, it was super cute. And it really drove it home that a documentary like this opens it up for children. You can use it for discussion with children and help them to have a better experience. And then the next thing you know, you're going to an aquarium. It was for the Aquarium of the Pacific, by the way. And he's all jazzed because he's going to really see an octopus. Look, an octopus. So yeah, I think that was a great doc. I love docs. I love. The other one I thought was really well done. I will tell you, short. I think it was documentary short that I saw was, I'm looking for it now. Because it wasn't a documentary feature. It was a documentary short, I think. Yeah, A Love Song for Latasha. Yeah. about the little girl who was killed. It's really good. It's really, really good. It didn't win. I would like to see Colette again. It's very limited. I was hoping I could see more of these, but I didn't get so lucky to see them because they weren't available. I'm definitely intrigued by West Side Story as being another performance, like a stage performance. Remember, West Side Story is remake adaptation of Romeo and Juliet. Well, it's not a remake of it. It's a retelling of it. And this is the beautiful thing about West Side Story is back then they said, let's use that as our foundation, and now let's tell it differently. And they did it with West Side Story, which was why it's so special. I love it because of that. They tried to do a Romeo and Juliet with guns that I thought was just so lame. I can't even tell you. But even if we don't like it, it's an adaptation of the material, and we should not prejudge material that hasn't been released yet. Never should we do that. Because the previews don't necessarily the movie make, both directions. Right now, producers and distributors are afraid to give you too much to make the trailers because they don't want it to escape and get out and be put on the internet. So they can't really, they're very, very stingy about what they give people who make these. So it can have a whole different feeling once it's on the screen because of what the people get compared to once the movie's done, what it has. So absolutely, I'm going to be seeing it. I'm going to go see it because I loved West Side Story. I love the songs and I love Rita Moreno, and she's going to be in this one. So yeah, it's a win-win. The dresses are all I usually watch the pre-show for, says Wendy. It was fascinating to see the new Academy Museum, and all the songs were performed there overlooking LA. Isn't it beautiful? And I'm a member. Yeah, I got to be a member of the Academy. They invited me, and I am just tickled. Peek! Yeah, I'm real excited that they invited me. I don't know why they invited me. They got my number, though, and I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really glad that I've been invited. I'm going to be a part of it. I'm excited about it because it really needs to be all in one place so you can go and walk and see amazing things. When I see movies at the Academy, which I often do, I saw both Star Wars there, not the originals, but the Disney versions. Blah. They had the costumes up and they had the sketches up and everything. It was beautiful. So I know the museum is going to be kicking amazing. So I'm looking forward to the preview that I get to go to because I'm a member. Yeah. Sasha Baron Cohen as Abby Hoffman. Yes, absolutely. Sasha's amazing. I think we hang up the Borat shoes and the little shorts, and we just now do the stuff that he's so good at. He's so good. He really is very talented. And I don't want to fear for his life. It was hard. It's hard to watch those movies. Tell us what you see regarding Jungle Cruise. I'm going to tell you if I see anything that's different and unusual. Most of my group is just figuring out. They've been studying and they've been following Todd, and then some of the things that some of you have been saying about Rise of the Resistance because they haven't gone yet. They really want to see Rise. I told them if the three of them can get on and I can't go, don't not go because of me. And they're like, no. Please go. But since I think we're all linked to her, we'd all be going anyway. So I think it's a no-brainer. We're going to be fine. Oscar karaoke definitely should happen. I think it was a brilliant idea. I think it was amazing. Traders now is safe as of now. The boat seats are divided in 2 to 3 people seats with clear plastic dividers. There's a large clear plastic curtain all across the skipper area. This is what I want to see. So Tracy, that's what I want to see. Yep. I don't believe it will be closed too long. Nah. I mean, honestly, they got to do this to all the boats. You got to have a grain of patience, don't you, for all of this? Indeed. As for the Jungle Cruise, says Michael, they just throw the passengers with jungle fever in with the other natives. Pew! Michael, you funny. You are very funny. Shelby says, do you think Chadwick Boseman was snubbed? No. Honestly, it's not so much that he didn't win, but more that they were exploiting him and leading us to believe he was going to win. Yeah, but again, that's production. Understand, Shelby, that's production. And then there's the reality of the Academy. The production could say to them a lot. We got all of this happening, and we're really promoting Chadwick, and we really hope that you all are going the direction we think you're going, because they have to be careful. They're not supposed to influence the decision of the voters. So they rolled the dice. The dice just came up snake eyes. Seriously, they rolled the dice. They were so sure they had a finger on the pulse of the Academy, and they did not. They gambled and they lost, and I felt like he was a bit exploited too. But at the time, that was not their mission. Their mission was to celebrate him, in all fairness to production, maybe a little bit, but honestly, I think about it, and they wanted to celebrate the whole thing, and they thought, this is going to be great. This is going to be a nice button tied up in the bow with this amazing speech. We know it's going to happen. And it didn't. Yeah, it just didn't. And that's the way the Academy rolls, boy. You cannot make them vote the way you want. They vote as a team the way they want, which is why I love the Academy Awards. You never really know what's going to happen till the envelope is opened and the name is read. There are things you believe in, like best sound going to the come on, Terry. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to look here. Sound of Metal. Best sound going to Sound of Metal because it was all about sound. So that was an easy one for me to pick. But it could have been something else. Just because I picked it doesn't mean it was going to win, but I really felt strongly that I had an inside track on that one. I don't watch the Oscars for dresses or suits, more so just to see the amazing people. Yeah, but the people are always amazing, Adam. Always amazing. And sometimes the questions get really lame. I love it. I'm so happy people get to, because where else are these people going to walk the red carpet and show off their outfits? They can't do it sitting in those theaters unless they win. And then the after party, for whatever reason, the after parties, which I don't think there were much because of the pandemic, were like, they're this framing. So you don't really get to see the outfit. So the red carpet is great to see the clothing, I just was busy watching ponies and a petting zoo that gets brought to your home. I said, when I throw a party, I'm asking my neighbor across the street because he's got his finger on the pulse of everything. It's amazing. Let's hope society doesn't get another Borat. Yeah, Adam, it's just when you at face value, these are crazy movies. Okay, if you just look at the service, they're crazy. But when you delve deeper, which many people will not, when I saw the first one, I was like, I don't even get this. But then this year, they had a lot of behind, you got, as an actor, you get to sit in on a Zoom call where they discuss what it took to make the movie. And I just was blown away by that. They talked about spy cams and cell phones and people undercover. Oh my gosh. It's terrifying. It is terrifying. I would love for them to release the making of, because it's chilling. Producers, Sasha said that he had to wake up as his character, go to sleep as his character, and he had to do it for about 5 consistent days, because if he dropped it, he could have been killed. Yeah, no. That's a little bit too real. Yeah. So I really hope he's got that out of his system. My friends, yes. Tyler Perry does great church moments in I Can Do Bad All By Myself. They sing, Oh Lord, I want you to help me. I sang this to myself all the way to the hospital before my brain tumor surgery. I think that is a great idea. Yeah. Yeah. And how did that go, Angie? I'll bet you it worked. My friend Richard Kraft's suggestion. Yes. Yes, Richard Kraft, another great guy, actually. Really good guy. 10 ways I would have fixed the Oscars. A montage of films made at Union Station. Check. Good one. Really good one. A sneak preview sizzle reel of upcoming films or what our appetite for going back to theaters. Yeah, because they did pitch really hard. Get to the movies and see these in the theater. But doing that, Leo, is a great idea. It's a great idea. We should just send this to the Academy right now. Subsequently, longer and more thoughtful presentation and memoriam segments, which usually are great at the Academy Awards. I don't know why they changed that. They should have just pulled that out, like they usually do, because it's so good. I wait for it every year. But yet lots of clips of nominated works and behind the scenes glimpses into the art of costumes, art direction, score, a whole lot more showing than telling, musical numbers of the nominated songs, which they could not do. That was against pandemic rules. Number 6. They wanted to, believe me. Number 6. No. So that's why, or they would have, believe me, they weren't allowed to do it. That was the one thing that the CDC and everyone around them said, no. So they couldn't do that. But the rest of these are great. The rest of these are really cool, Leo. We should just CC them. It was interesting. There were no speech time limitations. No. And they warned us. If you were following anything on the Academy Awards beforehand, they warned you the speeches would go longer. They felt people needed to talk. Now, that being said, there was a guy who was stumbling, thanking. I can't remember what his award was for, but the next thing you know, they pulled back and went to commercial. So chances are he was allowed to talk. They just let him know he wasn't on camera talking. That's how, exactly. We got new iPhones. So that's how we got Apple TV. Second season of Ted Lasso will be dropping soon. I love Ted Lasso. I love it, love it, love it. Leo, let me know when. And I am going to do, like you got new iPhones, I'm going to ask them about getting Apple TV because I bought my laptop. So I want to see if I can get Apple TV because I love Ted Lasso. That's like I thought that was one of the best things that happened last year. Just being able to see that was incredible. So thank you for that. And let me know when the second one drops, because then I'm just going to join it. One year I got into Oscars, says Bob. It was the year Daniel Day-Lewis won for My Left Foot. My children saw me on TV. Yes, because that's what your kids were looking for, right? Yeah, when a person is at the Academy Awards, you're looking for, that's what I did with Rick Baker. Rick Baker was up for several, and anytime he would say, he got nominated, I would be like, where's Rick? Where's Rick? So I'd be looking for you too, Bob. I would do that too. That was a good year too. That was a good year. Yeah, that was fun. I say that about them all, though. I love the Academy Awards. I sent you pics on Facebook for Jungle Cruise. Thank you, Tracy. I will check them out. That's going to be fun to see. Thank you, Michael. Hello. Nice to have you here. And One Piece, there was a little over 2 years ago and was not cancerous. Bravo, Angie. See, it worked. The magic worked, didn't it? Yeah. I just thought that stuff was just so compelling, so exciting, so amazing, so wonderful. And I enjoyed it immensely. Like I said, was it the best Academy Awards? No. But was it the best? My feeling is this. Was it the best award show I've seen since the pandemic restricted award shows and how they're going to operate? Absolutely. I was so happy to see people walk up and be able to give a speech and walk off. Yes, it was only a few people, But I loved that. I loved that. And I was so grateful for it. I love the fact you could see a person's full gown as they sat and watched. I loved seeing Halle Berry. I haven't seen her in forever. I miss her. It was great to see her. Um, I thought, you know, the haircut was a little bizarre, like a helmet. But oh, it was great to see her. And then they did a shot. They did a cut over to her, and her husband or boyfriend, whoever that was, just reached in and put his arm around her and kind of pulled her to him, and that was cool too. So I love that sort of thing. I also loved when there was a win and they cut to a man at the table and he was signing for the deaf people at the table. I love that. I love those little vignettes that we could see that we wouldn't normally get to see because it's so flippin' crowded at the Kodak Dolby. It's a little venue for all the people, you know, that you don't get to see all that stuff. And I loved that. That's the part that I liked. So, yeah. So that's the part that I like. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, Leo's saying something here. Let's see what Leo says. We got iPhones 9 months ago. Servant are our favorite shows. Yeah. Is it Servant? Yes, Servant. Yes. I thought they were, well, Ted Lasso. I watch it over and over again because I have DVDs. But so right now I'm watching it a lot. Yeah, because I love it. I love it. Yep, me too. All right, everybody. It is 11:08. I am going to sign off here. I have lots of packing to do to get to the hotel. I love you guys. Thank you for sitting here today and chatting the Academy Awards with me. I think the best part was getting to discuss it with you. Seriously, I watched the Academy Awards alone because I talked to the television set. Just like many people who watch sports on TV, they do the same thing. What are you, crazy? That's me as well. So I'm not really a fun person to be at Oscar parties because I'm very, very external. So I stay at home by myself. So it's great to talk with you today and hear how you felt and have the discussions that we have today. I want to thank you for giving me discussions and giving me your opinions and posting in the comments and sharing with me all of this. I really, really want you to know I am so grateful. And one more thing before I go, just if you want to be a part of Patreon, patreon.com/Terri Hardin. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do and hit that little bell. I'm here every Monday and Friday, and I would love to hear what you have to say and what you think. I'm grateful for this. What a fun time. You know, last weekend was crazy. And I'm just, you know, it was funny because when the Academy Awards are on, I don't talk to people. Okay. So my stepson called and my husband says, you want to talk to her? And I'm like, just consider it your favorite basketball team and it's the playoffs. Okay. Talk to me tomorrow. Do not speak to me while this is on. Yeah, that's me in the Academy Awards. A big deal for me ever since I was 3 years old. So I did watch it with my friend, Kimberly Dominguez. I think we watched it last year and I think she had a good time. If she didn't, it was my fault. Because I'm not the best to sit with during these times. I am very, very verbal. And so I keep to myself. I plug up all the doors and windows in case I swear or something that's not like me. But yeah, that's the case. Leo says, later, Gator. I wanted to be clear. I wasn't invited. Bob. I love you, Bob. Of course you did. Have a fantastic day. See you Wednesday. Can't wait to talk more Oxford stuff. Adam, I'm in. I'm in. I love it. I love it. I love it. Alan, hey, man. Yes, you do. Nomadland is really good. And one of the things I like about Nomadland has nothing to do with the actors, okay? There is this fella that holds this event every year for nomads. And he was so much fun to watch. And he's a real fellow. I love when I see real fellows on camera because it's just wonderful to see how it's like, it has kind of like a documentary slash movie slash, kind of like a, I don't know. I just love that combination when it works. So Alan, yeah, check it out. It's great. I love you guys. Do something nice for someone else. It'll make you feel so much better. Keep your eyes and ears open. Tomorrow, I'm at Disneyland. For those of you who can't make it, or many of you who can later in the week, I will do my best to do some filming. It's not going to be a ton, but if I see something that I think you want to see, I promise I will film it for you, okay? I love you guys a lot. You just make my day. You make my life, and I love you a bunch. Please realize that being a human being, you are magical, and that don't take that lightly. Take that very seriously. Be the magic that you were born to be. And I'll see you Wednesday if you're on Patreon. And if not, I will see you on Friday. Love you guys, and